3 months after getting scammed, Theo had finally settled. New room, real landlord, deposit protected. Then the email landed. Time to prepare his UK student visa extension. He opened his banking app expecting this to be the easy part. It wasn't, because the money he'd pulled out for emergency rent and the funds he'd been rebuilding since, none of it sat still long enough to count. Phase 1. How the problem started. Theo assumed proof of funds for his UK visa just meant having enough money on the day he applied. It doesn't. Whatever amount he needs has to sit in his account, untouched, for 28 consecutive days in a row. If it dips below that number for even a single day, or if he pulls money out on day 26 to cover rent, the clock doesn't pause. It resets completely. And that 28-day window has to end within 31 days of the day he actually submits his application, not just books his appointment. After the scam, Theo had moved money constantly to cover survival expenses. Every single transfer broke a 28-day streak before it ever got close to finishing. Phase 2. How he realized. A week before his appointment, Theo's balance looked exactly right. Then a friend who'd been through the same renewal asked him one simple question. When did that balance last dip below the number? Theo checked. Days earlier, an automatic transfer for a phone bill had quietly taken him just under the threshold for less than a day before topping back up. One day. One tiny dip. And just like that, his 28-day count was gone, right when he thought he was already finished. Phase 3. The financial fallout. Pushing his application back meant waiting almost another full month, dangerously close to his actual deadline. He considered having a relative wire a lump sum to patch the gap, but a sudden deposit like that would still need its own full 28 days, sitting untouched before it counted for anything. Sent right before applying, it wouldn't help at all. He also looked at moving savings into stocks to grow it faster, only to learn investments, and crypto don't count as valid funds in the first place. He had no shortcuts, just weeks of watching one untouchable account, hoping no emergency forced him to spend a single penny of it. Phase 4. The fix. Here's what Theo wishes he'd known from day one. First, separate your money. Keep everyday spending in one account, and isolate your visa funds in a completely separate account, so you're never tempted to dip into them. Second, start the clock early, well before you think you'll need it, so one unexpected bill doesn't force a reset right when a deadline is close. Third, know what counts. Regular checking and savings accounts are fine. Stocks, crypto, and overdraft lines are not, no matter how good the timing looks. And fourth, if you're using a parent's account instead of your own, get their consent letter and proof of relationship ready, weeks ahead of time, not the week of your appointment. The UK proof of funds rule doesn't just measure how much money you have, it measures how disciplined you are with not touching it. Have you ever had a deadline reset over one small, ordinary transaction? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more of Theo's story and real UK and Europe finance breakdowns.